Hey, so if you haven't seen it already, Tampa Bay was ranked as the very best place to live in the entire state of Florida. This was an article done by Forbes citing a slew of different criteria that they used to analyze. And today I'm going to be breaking down what some of those look like and give you a boots on the ground feel for what it actually looks like to live in this city. Let's go. Now, if we haven't met before, my name is Schiller. I am a local real estate agent in the Tampa Bay area, but I've also lived quite a few different places in my life. Was born in Colorado, lived in Utah, spent some time in Austin, Texas, some absolute booming markets. My family and I chose to live in Tampa, and I want to break down some of the aspects of the article and give you an idea for why Tampa Bay works so well for us, why we love it here, and potentially why you might love it here as well. So let's get started. I'm going to dive into this article, walk you through some of the things that Forbes analyzed that they're talking about as why they chose Tampa Bay as the best market in all of Florida. Give you some of my thoughts on it, and then we'll take the conversation from there. So forgive me, I'm going to be looking at my screen a little bit. So right at the very top of the article, they say if you're looking for top places to live in Florida, our guide should make it easier to find your ideal community. And then they talk about some of the data that they pulled. So pulling recent data on key lifestyle factors such as median price of homes. So obviously expense, home ownership is an important thing whenever anybody is moving. Personal income per capita, and unemployment and crime rates. So those are probably the three biggest factors to that, was the price of a house, what the crime rate looks like, and then how much you can actually make, because a lot of that affects the lifestyle that you can live. Now, when I scroll down to see the actual statistics of Tampa, I can see the population, the median home prices, all the data, as well as everything they populated for other cities. So I want to talk through a couple of caveats, some things that I see in here that you may want to know in addition to this. So they've got the population of the city of Tampa as 387,000 people. So this is just looking at the city of Tampa. Now, the metropolitan area, which we often consider St. Pete, Clearwater, and Tampa, it's almost 3.2 million people. So way bigger than what is really being reflected right here. And that is something that's kind of unique about Tampa. I know when I look at other cities around Florida, for Jacksonville example, the area of the actual city of Jacksonville is absolutely huge, whereas the area of the city of Tampa is small, but there's a whole bunch of surrounding cities around the Tampa Bay area. So for example, I market myself as a Tampa Bay realtor, whereas I do a whole lot of real estate out in and around the entire Tampa Bay area, not just in Tampa itself. Now, the median home price listed in here is $437,000. Now, that's pretty accurate. I just looked up the latest statistics, which is the month of April in 2023, and we are sitting in the entire metropolitan area around $420,000. So give or take a few $1,000s, it's pretty close to accurate. Now, as we come down one more, we look at our estimated monthly expenses. Now, they're estimating this about $6,900, and I see that as pretty close. I see that including your mortgage, your insurance, your car payment if you have one, everything included in there. Now, looking at our next line item is the median income, which is $59,800. Which is a pretty strong median income, and it doesn't change drastically going to other cities. The lowest was Tallahassee at about $49,000, and then the highest was Sarasota at $62,000. So we're definitely on the higher end there, which means good jobs, good industry in the area, and lots of opportunities for those that are coming here to actually have high-paying work. And then looking at unemployment rate, we're at 2.6%. The community well-being score, 59 out of 100. That's pretty arbitrary to me. I have no idea what's going into that number or how that's calculated. Looking through some of the other cities, they're pretty close as well. I see them between 50s to 60s. So there's not any that are like near 100. So whatever's being calculated in there, it seems to be coming across fairly similar in those cities. And then the criminal offenses reported, which is really big. Wherever you want to live, you want to make sure that it's actually a safe area, especially if you've got a family. We had about 20,705 in the entirety of Hillsborough County. So now what is interesting is there's a little bit of discrepancy of data here, because I see the population based on the city of Tampa, criminal offenses on Hillsborough County, which is over 1 million people, And then you've got the community well-being score, which is Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, which is about 4 million people. So obviously take everything with a grain of salt, but I would say the overall concept of what they're trying to accomplish with this analysis is sound. Now, if I look just under the city of Tampa, it gives a little more context to why they chose Tampa. And what they cited here is that Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater has many positive aspects for young adults and families. First, there are several pristine beaches on the Gulf of Mexico. The area is also home to major sports teams, history museums, platforms promoting the arts, and impressive public transportation options. And then Tampa has experienced an influx of employers across industries, from advanced manufacturing to financial services and life sciences. And then obviously, tourism and MacDill Air Force Base play pivotal roles. So if you know the Tampa Bay area, MacDill Air Force Base is one of the major employers in our area. They have an absolute huge presence, and we have a really strong military community basically in the entire city of Tampa. So with that, that is the heavily analytic piece that Forbes has done as to why they chose Tampa as the best place to move to or live in Florida for 2023. Let me give you a little bit of a personal piece as an implant to the area. So my wife and I moved to Tampa Bay about 4 years ago, and let me give you a few reasons why we have loved it here and why we think it's a great city. So first of all, we're centrally located, so we have access to really everything that we want in the entire state of Florida. So we have really close access to beaches. We've got lots of amusement parks, entertainment in the city of Tampa itself with zoos and busch gardens. And we've also got the best amusement parks in the entire world an hour and a half to 2 hours away. So if we want to head to Disney, Universal Studios, we've got really close access to all of that. And then if we want bustling city life, we definitely have a big piece of that in Tampa Bay. If we want to do some surfing, we can head over to the East Coast. If we want to get a little bit cooler weather, we can head directly north and hit Jacksonville. So you kind of get the best of all the worlds because you're located in a place that you can quickly access those places if you need to. Now, one of the other biggest things for us is the entertainment space. Having young kids and needing to entertain them constantly. There are a lot of really big developments that do extremely well with the actual community amenities and getting your family outside and actually connecting community. So we've been really impressed with the development in Tampa Bay, the developers and the builders that do a good job of planning all that out so that it is easy to get outside and experience the Florida lifestyle. And on the other side of that, we also have the tourism piece, which is a major factor into the economy, which comes large in part due to the incredible beaches that we have all throughout the Tampa Bay area. Kind of that whole coast along the Gulf Coast has amazing beaches, which are ranked as some of the best in the United States. Now, I absolutely love being in a growing economy and a growing population because there's so much that comes with that. There's new residential construction, new commercial construction. Franchises see it as a up and coming market. They want to be here. Some of the best businesses that are out there, they want to be here. So it brings in a lot of energy. We're seeing that happening all around the Tampa Bay area and specifically in our downtown. We've gotten huge investment into our downtown, new condos, new apartments, new commercial space that is top of the line, super pristine, and you can see the city changing every day. Hey, and that wraps up our video. Once again, my name is Brett Schiller. If I can be of assistance to you in any way learning about Tampa or the surrounding area, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to put my contact, my information on the screen. People reach out to me all the time. I make myself available for you as my listeners and followers. Look forward to talking soon and see you on our next video.